then it adds the, is there a person down there? Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Metahuman Macaluco, and I am here with none other than Stone Lawless. Second appearance on the channel. Thank you so much for inviting me to your humble abode.
Hi.
So, Stone, tell us about your very beginnings and where you got started off on.
Well, I can definitely say being a part of the community that I'm in, the underground community, the kink side of things.
Okay.
You're either thrown into it or you're curious about it, you hear it through mainstream media. Unfortunately, a lot of what you're going to hear is, oh, it's trauma-based. Because a lot of us were brought into this world by not kind means, and we're kind of navigating our way through.
Okay.
So for me, I was a Stockholm Syndrome sub, necessarily fell in love with my master, which was a big no-no.
Okay. Now, did you meet your master through a club or a bar? How did that come to be? Or an event?
High school terrorist.
High school terrorist. Okay.
Because I can't say high school sweethearts.
Understandable.
A lot of it was a red-pilled man hiding underneath a very slick smile.
Okay. So you got that Andrew Tate energy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, was he like one of those guys that was before Andrew Tate was Andrew Tate? He was on Instagram liking all the entrepreneurship pages, all the gun pages, card pages.
Yeah, I can definitely say that. That's the type of man he is.
Okay. Now I know it's very clear that you broke off from him, but what made you stay within the community that you're in?
It did. I bounced the fuck out of that community, and I am recently finding myself back in the recent past 4 years.
Okay. So is that a choice you made, or is that some more like?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's just say the trauma was a lot. There was a lot of gaslighting. There was a lot of, oh, your body isn't that perfect, just to get me to lose maybe 5 pounds and just be perfect in his eyes. There was...
That's fucked up off rip.
Yeah. And that's just to name a few. I'm not going into the more gruesome details because we're not going to get you Thanos off the internet.
I'm surprised I haven't already.
And knowing that I took, I think around 4 or 5 years sabbatical.
Okay.
And getting back in was going to the fetish factory.
Hadouken!
Exhibition parties. Sorry, we're gonna cut that part out. A lot of the other kink events in South Florida. They're very mainstream.
Okay. Now when you say mainstream, you mean it's like super popular and everyone and their mom knows about it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And now what makes the not so mainstream events in communities, what's a good word for this? Do they feel more safer than the mainstream ones? Like you can actually go in and...
Yes, because you're not looked at as if you're in an aquarium and you are the fish.
Okay, that makes sense.
A lot of parties, you're very much in a crowd that literally walked in off the street.
So it's a little more welcoming, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Because everybody really knows that we're here for a certain reason. But also, we all have multiple different reasons as to why we are here.
Got you.
So it's like, we're all here to have fun. We're all here to be safe. We're all here to learn. But underneath that, we're all here to be a community and enjoy ourselves.
Got you. Now, as far as the actual events go, I've noticed that you've started your own D20 events. How did that come to be, and what was the inspiration behind that?
So, me and my partner, Jason, we are very polyamorous.
Okay.
And getting into this relationship, I had told him, like, one of these days, I want to start a community of nerds. And so I threw a party that is specifically for adults, and we do adults activities for my 25th birthday. And not a lot of people can say that they throw those types of parties for their fucking quarter life.
Absolutely.
And it went surprisingly very well, very easy. And as you will see tonight, everything just kind of flows naturally. So at the end of the party, I literally looked at Jason and I'm like, I can do this.
Okay. Now, are you yourself a huge fan of D&D, or was that more so a Jason idea?
I like D&D. I can play D&D because I know the concepts. I am very number literate, so saying roll for anything, I have no idea what dice I'm supposed to grab. You have to put the dice.
I got you.
But I know how to play.
Honestly, when I started D&D myself, I felt the same way, but thankfully I had the manuals with me. There was a monster manual, a character creation manual, and a actual DM manual.
The thing that's stopping me from really reading those is, don't they change every year?
No, it's like every 4 to 5 years. They're on their 5th edition still.
Okay.
And then this game's been out since like the late 80s. So
they just keep adding on to the books. It's the same knowledge.
Yeah, but you can use any edition you want.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're like trying to do professional D&D, then sure. But at the same time, it's like, who really cares? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you're gonna have a ref be like, nah. You know what I'm saying?
But I think also the one thing that stopped me from playing D&D was toxic gamer.
Yeah.
Like toxic DMs, toxic gamers. I once got stuck in I thought this was just like a one-time occurrence and I would like never have. Turns out it's an occurrence for a lot of females to be stuck in like that. Oh, you're sleeping. I'm gonna touch you. And I'm just like, what? We are in the middle of a game, good sir. You wouldn't have a pass in the real life. Why do you think in a fictional game, my elf is going to smash your fucking whatever get out of here.
Nah, that's real.
That is real.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Such a struggle.
I'm literally playing a racist character. What makes you think I'm gonna breathe with you?
I almost spat out my water. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, it's okay. This is the content we live for.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever tried advertising this to the other mainstream parties we were speaking of earlier? Or no?
Yeah, they're very aware of what I'm doing.
Okay. You don't hide from it.
No. I believe that when it becomes a business, Sure, if I was just being my average ass self and I was just throwing parties on my own accord, I would feel necessarily I would not have to speak to either one of the businesses whatsoever. Because at that point, I could give two shits. I actively speak with one, and that is the second Saturday of every month. So that is an automatic no date for any one of my parties.
Okay.
The other one is very sporadic with their dates, so I haven't necessarily picked up on a pattern. But when I hear there's a party coming out during the month, I automatically cancel out that date. There is no reason at the fuck all for me to be your competition when I'm trying to become an educational community. I'm trying to bring people into the community and send them out to your events. But the thing is that when they get to this stage, they are supposed to be armed with all the knowledge and all the power and the understanding so that when they go to these events, they already know what the fuck to do.
That's actually pretty noble. There's not a lot of people that do that off rip. Real shit. I've never heard of anyone doing that. You're like the first person to actually do that. Everyone's just kind of like, huh, let me look into this. And then they're like,
you know, we're a community of nerds, and essentially the way that my mind is like playing it is if you can accurately communicate as a nerd in D20 and fucking go off on a like imaginary mission in your fucking head.
right.
And imagine that you're throwing fucking fireballs and negotiate with a master, a dungeon, a DM. You can fucking negotiate a scene about what you want to do to a person in real life.
It's kind of a wild twist on it, but I respect it. I get what you're saying.
Like, you mean to tell me you can convince me, the DM, that you're going to fuck a dragon or seduce a dragon?
I mean, the only real difference is that you're not rolling a d20 for persuasion.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like trying it, and you know, you get told fuck
but
off.
But you can't tell me. But you can't tell me at a party. You can't sit down and actually have a conversation about what I want and what I desire and what gets me off. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. No, I mean, communication's important in literally everything. Okay. And how long? This has been like a couple of months you've been doing this?
Mhm.
Okay.
Right now we're doing free parties because I'm just trying to get the word out that we're a community. We're here. Tonight's game night says free parties. We have correlates with D20 part. We have main battles. We have side quests, and we have game nights and little arts and crafts.
Little arts and crafts.
Submissives arts and crafts.
Let's go for the submissies. All right. Cool.
And the side quests are kind of like seminars.
So it's like almost like a class.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're the teacher.
I would not be the teacher. I am purposely saying that because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're going to teach this?" I am not qualified at all to teach any class whatsoever. It isn't like I just have the knowledge so I can teach anybody. No, there are people that go through years and years and years of training. And I'm talking about like maybe half a decade or a decade even of training in a specific certain circumstance to become the master at that technique.
Okay. And
there's a reason that we say like Shibari masters are Shibari masters for a reason. We don't use that term lightly.
Do you foresee yourself becoming a master in the near future?
I see myself becoming a goddess.
Okay. I mean,
So the difference in also another thing that's gonna be coming up is like terminology lessons for people who, like you, would like to know the difference between people.
Yes.
So dungeon masters are necessarily like the master slave dynamic,
Right.
and their role archetype is hard hitting, heavy lifting. We have goddesses who can do the same thing as a master, but they mainly take the softer approach. They're there to guide, to teach you the ways.
Okay. I got you. So it's almost like martial arts, where it's like you have not necessarily a belt system, but a hierarchy system, if you will.
Yes.
Okay. And I feel like I asked you this already. Where do you feel like you're at right now?
I would definitely say I'm a goddess.
Okay.
Not goddess level to entirety, but we're working on that, isn't that right?
Okay. Cool. And other than the D&D analogies and what have you used video games or any other board games as a form of analogy for your lifestyle?
Yeah, I get the Mario coins knocked out of me every single fucking day.
That's too funny.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you foresee yourself holding events outside of the state of Florida?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
Can't speak on that. Not mine to speak on, but yes.
Got you. All right. So I won't press you too much about that. All right. Cool. We can go in depth all day about this. I'm trying to think of a couple of questions. Have you? I don't want to say used. Have you had an opportunity to utilize the movement that you've created to help people who are in need in a situation similar to yours? Someone who's just kind of like, they kind of get roped into it unwillingly, and then they
You
get.
may sit on a chair now, if you would like to be in.
I'm good here.
Okay, well then you can speak.
I'm kind of. I didn't really get roped into it in a nice or bad way.
Okay. Well,
Huh.
Submissive.
I didn't get necessarily roped
I brought
in
him
a
into
bad way.
I
But
got
she
you.
has done that.
Well, let me rephrase it in a way that makes more sense. Do you use this movement to help other people who got roped into it the first time unwillingly, and then they wanted to get back into it willingly the second time?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. And you don't have to speak on it, but do you have any alkaloids or not alkaloids, anecdotes about this?
No, the brain wants to process the word.
Any add-ons, any extra little tidbits you'd like to say in conjunction to the general topic?
Yes. If you're thinking about doing a relationship where it's like a BDSM relationship, I would say don't go into it with the mindset of control.
Okay.
Because you are not in control if you are the dom. In any way, shape, or form.
That sounds about accurate. There's always this weird niche with men who think, being doms or just being outright assholes and doing whatever fuck all. And it's just like, dude, you gotta be a little more respectful than that, So I get what you're saying with that. Have you used any particular sites to promote your event or movement, such as Reddit, or OF?
Yes.
Okay. What would you say was the better platform so far? Okay. You don't need to say the full thing. I think I get what you're saying.
It's essentially encrypted so that you can't get onto the site unless you have the full link.
Oh,
That's why I like it.
got you. Okay.
Like, you'll get the webpage, sure, but you literally, unless you make an account, you can't get past it.
Got you. All right, cool. Was there anyone else that inspired you to get to where you wanted to be? Anyone you want to shout out? Anyone who's still with us, not with us?
Shout out to Lilith, the deity.
Okay. I was about to say, there's 20 of them. I think that's all the questions I really have for you. Is there anything you want to say to the general audience before I cut the video off?
Welcome to D20 and have a great time.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to go ahead and edit this video as extensively as I can, and you'll be the first one to get the link as soon as it's uploaded. Shout out One Crispy Cheez-It.
Hell yeah, I've got a fucking book coming out soon. Hell yeah, if you like cosmic horror sci-fi, you better keep your eyes peeled, bitch.
Ooh.